Two words. Slippery. Boggle. Welcome back, vintage gamers. I'm going to start recording this off Stream League because I got a lot going on next week. I'm going to do this in place of the Wednesday night brewing session. Here I have a Light-Paws Bogles Auras deck. I know Ian wanted to see it played, and I thought it'd be pretty fun because I haven't actually played with Light-Paws in Vintage before. I have done these Boggle style decks in the past, but Light-Paws is one I haven't done. So Light-Paws is whenever an aura you control enters, if you cast it, you may search your library for an aura with mana value less than or equal to that aura and with a different name than each aura you control. Put that card onto the battlefield attached to Light-Paws. So we're going to play the classic Slippery Boggle with some Invisible Stalkers. Obviously, we're trying to keep a very high blue count here and a very high free counter magic count. And we're going to do a lot of things with Curiosity, Curious Obsession, Combat Research, different curiosity effects to put on our Invisible Stalker. Try to keep that, use that as our draw engine to make sure we have enough counter spells to win, and then win the game with the bigger artifact equipment. Nope, artifacts or equipment. No, not those. Enchantment auras like Ethereal Armor, All That Glitters, and Daybreak Coronet. So we're gonna use our more powerful ones to then use Light-Paws to search up the more niche things. So we're going to use all of our removal is going to be inside of Sheltered by Ghost, which is a card I haven't played with in Vintage, but I know is very powerful in other formats. This is a Oblivion Ring. It actually hits non-lands, actually, which is pretty sweet. That gives 1/0 lifelink and ward. So we're going to use 4 of those to go search up Staggering Insight, All That Glitters, and Daybreak Coronet. And then we've got 2 Ethereal Armor and 2 Combat Research as the best Curiosity effect and the best Pump effect. And we have a couple other Curiosity effects of different names, Curious Obsession and Curiosity. We've got Arcane Flight if we want to go and make our thing fly. And we have a Hyena Umbra in case we're playing against Fatal Push on our Light-Paws. I don't know if that's worth it or not. I do realize there are lots of decks are playing Swords to Plowshares and Vintage, so maybe this is not worth it. But it's kind of nice to have that effect somewhere. Yeah, so obviously I've still included blue power and blue restricted cards and then tons of blue counter magic inside of a wasteland, basic island, basic plane shell. Sideboard, we've got a lot of what you would normally see with things like Consigns and Traps for combo, extra swords for mono white, Containment Priest for the graveyard. I've got 2 Over-Encumbers here, which are pretty cool. They can be a really solid lockdown against decks that don't really have ways to pay for it. If you enchant your opponent and they're on like Bazaar, they won't be able to attack with the Over-Encumbered on the battlefield, which is really cool. And this will also still trigger for Light-Paws because it is an aura enchanting your opponent. You can't search it with your Light-Paws because it won't be able to enchant the right thing, but it is still pretty powerful. So I'm gonna try playing some of those here. And then of course I have a pile of Stony Silences. I have reasonable expectations for this deck. I think it should theoretically work totally fine, unless we run into maybe Dredge. And I will see you in round 1. Do you want to compete for custom paintings and tons of treasure chests from the comfort of your own home? Eternal Magic content creator Echo Baron is hosting 2 MTGO Echo Eternal weekend events open to everyone. Mark your calendars for Legacy September 6th and Vintage now on September 27th, and buy your tickets for Echo Eternal weekend today. All right, welcome to round 1. We got Chase across the table. I have a cat. I don't have a blue mana. That is unfortunate. I don't believe I'm keeping this hand. If I had a force in it, I'd probably keep. Normally, I like to keep on the draw Probe Ancestral Force hand, especially when there's an extra Mox in here. But I believe without access to Force, this hand probably just doesn't vibe. This hand is not great, but I think that's kind of what we signed up for. Oh, great. We immediately queued into the deck I said it would be out. We'd have a hard time beating. Average league is filled with Bazaar, even though the average challenge has barely any. I mean, game one, we have Wasteland, and we could theoretically make a very large thing that gains so much life they can't win. Game two, we have Priests and Over Encumbered, so. They are on Dredge. They're going to grief me. They have a Chalice on 0. That's fine. They don't have a Dredger, though. They do have a Hollow one, which I can shelter by the ghosts. I guess we'll give it a shot. I have Slippery Bogles. The problem here is my Light-Paws. I guess I can just play Light-Paws. It's fine. Upkeep, activate. Grizzlebrand, Dredge from below. So they could sack the Hollow one to grief me, to Cabal Therapy me, and get a 2/2. We kind of need a force or something. Staggering Insight. I feel like I need to start by playing a Light-Paws, right? Also, I don't care about taking damage. They don't have a force. Whenever an aura you control enters, if it was cast, you may search for one that has... Okay. The problem is my opponent is the combo Dredge list, not the slow Dredge list, which is a really big deal here because they can kill us really fast once they get going. They drew another Bazaar. I guess that is the upside of having no Dredgers, yeah. I think we're not getting another turn, sadly. My opponent has Mindbreak Traps, no forces, grief, therapy, yeah. That's unfortunate. I actually wanted my opponent to be the normal Dredge version here. Even then, we probably would be too slow, but... so this is, do they have a Dread Return already? They don't, right? Okay. Show me how good of a Cabal Therapy you can name here. Probably names Force of Will, right? Ethereal Armor. Love it. Maybe they have a Dread Return in their hand, and they're going to use their second therapy to Dread Return again. It's still greedy, though. I feel like you have to name Force of Will if you were going to do that. I don't have anything that clears my yard in my main, right? The best I can do is, like, hope they run out of therapies and find counter magic. So these always go on the Light-Paws, right? Okay. I don't think we have a combination here that's going to make me happy. I mean, we definitely have to Staggering Insight, and then maybe we have to, like, leap the thing and hope we hit a force. Hope we hit a negation so that they therapy naming Force of Will, and then we can negate the thing, maybe. Something like that. But they have two Bazaars, so they're going to go through their whole deck. So we're probably just dead. Yeah, we're probably just dead. Oh, they're going to use their second therapy, and they're going to take the Staggering Insight then? Makes sense, actually. Oh, they took the Sheltered by Ghosts. I don't understand that. Staggering Insight's got to be better. Time Walk. That would be good. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I have to Time Walk because it's going to give me an extra look for a force, right? I mean, I want to do it after I Staggering Insight, but I don't think there's another turn. Because I think I'm going to go Staggering Insight and search up Arcane Flight so that we fly. So that we draw a card. But I guess there's no reason not to try to get one more card in here first. Because I think I'm just dead because they're going to have too many therapies, but it doesn't matter. Oh, Wasteland, actually. That's a pretty good draw. So, okay. So I go Staggering Insight on my Light-Paws. It enters, and I search, and I get a... I guess I could get a Daybreak Coronet. How much does the Daybreak Coronet give? 3/3 First Strike, Vigilance, and Lifelink. So that'd be 6/6 First Strike. I mean, it doesn't draw me a card, right? Unless if they quadruple block, it doesn't draw me a card, but I don't die. Because this is trample, right? Oh, no, it doesn't have trample. Never mind. Okay, so I have to go with Arcane Flight then. And so then I'll attack with my Light-Paws. I'm trying to draw Force of Negation probably here. Or maybe Misdirection. Wingspan Stride. I don't know. What does it do? I don't have an encyclopedic knowledge of enchantment auras. I did look them at them all. 1/1 flying. Yeah, well, it looks like it's strictly better, yeah. But Arcane Flight has a cat on it, so you know, a little here, a little there. They hit the Dread Return and a Therapy and a Grief. Okay, well, we're just gonna die. I guess I'll make them do it, but we are very dead here. It doesn't look like it mattered because the Grief is gonna be able to even hit the Misdirection if we had the Misdirection. So when was this Wingspan Stride printed? I've never heard of it. But yeah, those look like it's strictly better. Besides the cat art, obviously. All right. I don't think I could have put up more of a fight here. Oh, Tarkir. That makes sense then. There was the fourth therapy anyways. There's the Oracle. And there's still another Dread Return. Yeah, okay. So as long as they do the dredging right here, they're going to win. I'm going to make them do it, though. If I was on the play, I might have won. Maybe. They had a pretty weak hand, right? Because they had no dredgers. But it did draw them into second Bazaar, so... A little give, little take. All right. Game 2. It doesn't get a lot better. Especially because if they're playing combo, it makes these over-encumbered a lot worse. But at least I have Containment Priest, I guess. If I had blocked with Boggle and removed a bridge, done. It doesn't really change anything. They're so far ahead. But yeah, it's possible that I should have done something like that. I am going to keep Misdirection in, though. I probably want Mental Misstep, but I don't want Probe, and I don't really want... I guess Hyena Umbra... How does this read, chat? How does... Is it destroy... What if it gets minus by a Shickening Shoal? Does it that kill the Hyena Umbra? What is... How does Umbra read? Umbra Armor. Is a static ability... If a permanent would be destroyed. Don't think that would help against Sickening Shoal, so I wanted to take it out. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is not getting a lot better. The original Ian list had a bunch of like spell bombs and stuff, and I just cut them, so. To be fair, I thought over encumbered would be quite good against Dredge, but it's not going to be very good against combo Dredge. I just failed to reveal my Lurrus. Well, now they think I'm on Leyline at least. Don't think Lurrus matters in this matchup at all, though, because I don't have spell bombs. I'm truly on the next level. I don't have any hate cards here, so I guess I mulligan. All right, this has a Containment Priest, at least. God, I still have a basic Plains in my deck. We cannot use the Light-Paws to tutor up the over-encumber, but we can use the over-encumber to tutor with Light-Paws. Serum Powdering away on Echoing Depths. Wow. It's exciting. They're mulliganing to 3. They're mulliganing to 2. Well, if we can resolve a Containment Priest, that'll certainly help. Those are certainly Light-Paws. All right, they kept a 2-card hand. All right. Has a Bazaar on 2, up to 4, down to 1. 1 Dredger and a hollow one. That's fine. So that means they don't have a removal spell right now, which means we can go Containment Priest. Maybe we even get a blue card to protect it, and then we can go over Encumber or Shelter by Ghost, and either of those are going to get us there. So this game looks pretty one. I don't actually think we want a Light-Paws, because I don't think we just want to have a blue card, right? So we're going to win this game without that card, though I wish I had a Lurrus, I guess. All right, so now I have a blue card backup, so I can take one hollow one hit here, and then Containment Priest. Let's open up a possibility of draw stepping here. All right, in the draw step, I'm going to cast Containment Priest. So I guess they do have access to therapying off of hollow one. So I probably will start with Sheltered by Ghosts, just so they don't therapy off the hollow one. Oh, and a Wasteland. Okay. I'm going to shelter the priest from the hollow one, and then I will Wasteland my opponent. And then I will attack with my 3. Oh, it has Ward! That's hexproof. Oh my god. Alright, so they can't ever remove this Containment Priest, right? And they can't bring in Icarage, and they can't bring in Dread Return. So this game is over. I'm probably not going to show them over encumbered. What am I playing towards anything now, chat? Or Ward is only their spells. Okay, they're off it. They can Vigor the Sheltered by Ghosts. Okay. I mean, I have Force, though, so. They would have to have Vigor green card and then also black card Sickening Shoal, which is quite a lot to ask. They might think we have Ley Lines, but I don't know if that matters because we're on the draw here. I don't know if we can win on the draw. We don't have enough Moxen in our deck. Maybe we can draw a Black Lotus or something, but the good news is we'll die pretty quickly, and then we can go play our challenge match. Oh, it's sad. I did not expect to play against any Dredge, to be fair. I don't know if that's fair or not, but... Well, it's a mulligan. This is a great hand. Maybe not an amazing hand, but it's a great hand. Gemstone Cavern. I think I'd rather just play more Moxen, which this deck could reasonably do. Hollow one, double Dredger. 7-card keep. So what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to Wasteland? Or am I supposed to play Containment Priest? What gives me the highest chance of winning? Like, I can get countered on these. Oh, I guess let me play out this Pearl first and see what they do. Oh, they're like more likely to have... Well, they don't have Force in their deck, right? Right, because they don't have Force in their deck. Agreed. Okay. I forgot that they just don't play Force in their deck. Are they gonna... They're gonna wait to activate Bazaar until after I cast my Containment Priest? I guess there's no reason for them not to, right? Unless they've found another hollow one or something. just untap? I guess we can. Is that a good use of our mana? Maybe it's fine. I think only because we have a wasteland, it's fine. If we didn't have a wasteland, it doesn't really work very well. Oh, they're just gonna go now. Okay. I mean, I want them to dredge first, right? I guess they could just normal. I mean, they're always gonna dredge, right? And I want them to dredge. I should probably not have fetched in response then. I drew force for turn. Holy hell. Okay, I think we're good here. I don't think I'm worried about dealing with the hollow one. Noxious on Bizarre. I'm pretty sure that's fine. I guess if I had done that, I could have misdirected a different card to the top. Oh my god, it would have been sick. But now I can misdirect a Sickening Shoal to the hollow one, so... They don't have Creeping Chills in their deck. They're combo Dredge. They're dredging here. I guess they can Therapy and get a bunch of bridges. I guess that's pretty good. Three zombies. I need lifelink, right? That's all I need. That's all I actually need here. Huh. So maybe I should have countered the Noxious. So maybe I was wrong. I should just counter the Noxious. Should I just redirect this? Should probably just redirect it so I don't lose my... my forces. I think I just still get rid of a force, though. I don't think I get to name anything. I'm just changing the target. They still get to name, right? I don't control the shell, the spell. We need a lifelink aura, right? They had vigor. Okay. Should probably use the vigor then. They just didn't use the vigor. I guess we... I mean, I think we have to brainstorm, right? Are we so far behind here that we need to brainstorm? I guess they're trying to hit an aura. Wow. I hope this is enough to win. So I can put Light-Paws and combat research. No, I need to put... I'm definitely putting an aura here so that my guy can block. And I want to have double force. I guess I just can't have double force. Because I need to be able to play... Well, I guess I can't play Light-Paws and an aura next turn anyways. So yeah, I can just go Light-Paws, combat research, ethereal armor, And then I can block. Okay, so now am I winning? I guess I'll pitch the Boggle. So I take 4 and I go to 6, and then I take 2 and go to 4. So they have to naturally draw, right? Yeah. Okay, I think this is winning, even though we don't have any lands. What a weird game. I'm not convinced I played this very well. What am I getting with my my search? Are they gonna like try to? I don't know what their plan is. No, I already have card draw. Uh, do I have a lifelink on 1? I don't think I put a lifelink on 1 in. I mean, it's just flying. And I can get in. Okay, I think we have won this game, so wild. All right. 1-0. Let's go. We beat Dredge. All right, round 2 of our league with Bogles. Multitasking here in between the challenge. That is a hand I keep. This is an interesting hand. This is a very interesting hand. What are we doing with this hand? Yeah. I kind of want to play Boggle, but I guess I'm going to play Ancestral Recall. I have no guarantee of like deploying a Curiosity effect on the Boggle on the second turn, so. All right, well, I do have the white mana now. Workshop. I only have 1 counter spell, though. The good news is if I can counter this, have it resolve, then I can go Wasteland Boggle, and then I can start suiting. So I don't have a Curiosity anymore. The good news here is my opponent is thinking. And if they're thinking, it means they don't have the 1 ring with force backup. What do they have? Yeah, we got a league going here. It's a fun one. This is our replacement Wednesday night video. Trying to get ahead of things because I have lots of stuff coming up. Whoa! Thorn of Amethyst. I certainly don't want that resolving. Even though my Boggle is 1 mana, I still like don't want these other things to cost mana. They just gonna go Sphere and make me... Yeah, alright, fair enough. Well, you are classically going to be wastelanded under your Sphere, so see how that goes for you. Maybe I should let the Thorn go. Could have at least resolved Boggle. They don't know the Boogle's coming. It's gonna be so slippery. Pearl. Oh God, follow-up workshop. All right, well, that's bad for me. No follow-up. I'm still gonna wasteland them again. Well, they don't have a ring in their deck because it's prison shops, so that's nice. All right. I've got so many basics, by the way. So many basics. Misdirection, not very good here, though. Slippery! Boggle! Boogle! What are we doing? What are we doing here? No, third workshop! Golos? Third workshop. I'm getting... No, they do have the ring! What is happening? Snow-covered island. Get in there. Zero damage. I can't believe we got triple workshopped into the One Ring from the Thorn Sphere deck. How'd that even happen? I played this because it's better use of my mana, and I can theoretically draw another 1-drop and play both 1-drops. I mean, we might still win this game, to be fair. Could happen. I don't know what's in my opponent's deck, to be honest. If they're the ring, but they're also spheres. Not 100% sure what that means. Golos? Could be a Raker deck, I guess. Why not remove the ring? You make a fair and valid point. I kind of keep thinking this card only hits creatures. No, they have Strip Mine! I just thought it only hit creatures again. I don't know. I think we're dead, by the way. I got my basic plain Strip Mine. I think we need to leave the ring in play to have it deal them damage, to be honest with you. I guess I need to fly. I don't know. I should definitely have sheltered the ring, I guess. I don't know why that. I feel like this card should not be able to hit non-land permanents, but who knows? I'm just trying to race at this point. It might be effective. Like, they probably can't remove the One Ring in their prison deck. So if we can just race, we might just be winning. I do kind of need lifelink, though, so that I don't die to constructs. Anyone got one of them lifelinks? I mean, if they're spending their whole turn playing a 5-mana replay the ring, then so be it. I think I'm going to die to these constructs, though. Oh, wait. My opponent just... No, they still have the ability to. It is what it is. We're past it. This gives lifelink? Why does this card have so much text, chat? how am I reasonably expected to read this newfangled Magic card that hits everything and gives power and gives lifelink and gives ward? But how is that? I mean, I correctly put 4 of them in my deck, so we got that going for us. My opponent is deep in the tank over there. I don't know if this is enough, though. Like, 5 lifelink, or I guess it's 6 lifelink in the air. I'm not sure it's enough. I guess I get to get rid of the Golos. I can't get rid of the stupid Saga, though. Oh, wait, they're tutoring. What does that mean, chat? That means they're not going for... Wait, what does that mean, chat? That means they're not going for constructs. What does this get? Does anyone know? It gets a Stone Coil Serpent? Oh, my opponent thought they found the line, but they didn't know the ghosts shelter me. Well, I just knew that it removed, like, creatures and stuff. I had the general idea of what it did. I just don't think it should remove creatures, so I keep reading it like it's not removing creatures. I don't know how to say this. Like, it's just kind of like a better Swords to Plowshares that tutors it tutors with my Light-Paws, so. No! How am I gonna play my Sheltered by Ghosts? Well, wait, aren't they just dead? No, now they play a 1-mana Stonecoil? Because it's pro? Oh my god, they played around Sheltered by Ghosts. Okay, it's fine. I rip another land off the top and it's GG. Should I go Meticulous Archiving then? Because this is the last turn that matters. I guess I should. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh. How am I gonna... The next round is coming. I will shelter my Boggle with the ghosts. And then I will make this Stonecoil Serpent leave. And then I will hit you for 6 flying lifelink. And you have a Mana Crypt and a One Ring in play. And no Inventor's Fair. Do you die? Survey says? Lost the flip! Death! Death! I can't believe they're playing the One Ring in this deck. I don't really like that. Okay. I'm going to bring in... I guess I'm bringing in Stony Silence then, right? I'm going to tell my opponent I'm going to try to finish this other match first. Okay, so we'll try to play this fast, chat. I have Consigns and Mindbreak Traps, and... Do I want Stony Silence here? I kind of feel like I don't want Stony Silence here. Do I want Over Encumbered here? Not really. I don't want Misstep, and I don't want Probes. That's an easy 3-3 swap. The trick, chat, is if you have Force of Will in your deck, you can win with whatever the hell you want. That's the secret. They don't tell you that in Vintage School. I think I'm not going to bring in this. I'm going to just hit submit. I can't believe... I was very surprised when I got One Ringed, but... I told my opponent I'm going to hold the clock over in my main challenge match. Hopefully we play quickly here. And we can get this match over with. I'll concede if we're like too far behind, obviously. I mean, this is not a good hand against Shops, but I'm also not going to mulligan it, so. They just accidentally skipped to their second main. All right, Workshop. Crucible. Oh, am I going off on turn 1 then? We're going off on turn 1 then. Okay. What are we doing here? Should we cast Ancestral Recall first? I think I'm going to. Maybe that's a little greedy. I could just play all that glitters and get Staggering Insight. Yeah, I should probably just not do it. All right, so I'm going to go Black Lotus. I'm going to play a Light-Paws. And then I'm going to play an All That Glitters on the Light-Paws. And then I guess I'm going to get Sheltered by Ghosts on the Crucible, right? And now they can't even kill this with a Dismember. Oh my god. Wait, is Black Lotus a good Magic card, chat? That's a hell of a turn 1. Maybe I shouldn't have fetched Basic Island, because now I can't play Daybreak Coronet. Sorry about that. I should just fetch the Tundra. I didn't really think about it. I didn't think this through. Oh, it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. So I will play an Ethereal Armor on my Light-Paws. And then I will search for a... How about a Combat Research on my Light-Paws? Take 12. I don't know if that's how that works, Ian, because you have to have an aura to play Daybreak Coronet. I should have definitely just played my Tundra instead of using my fetch land. I don't know why I did that. I mean, I know why I did that to play around Wasteland, but there was no reason to play around Wasteland. We're playing this because it gives 3/3 first strike, vigilance, and lifelink. It's totally fine. It's like you tutor this up with your other card. It's just to close the game. It's just a 1-of tutor target. It's very good. All right. Kitty flies. Wait, is this deck broken? Jeez. I did not play that correctly either, so that's pretty sick. All right, we're back for some more Bogles action. 2-0 so far. On the play, have a cat. What do we got? That is such a silly hand. I mean, it's bad, right? Like, it's just bad. Like, I can't keep this hand. It's so sad. If I had a single curiosity, it's a great hand. It's so unfortunate. All right, I guess I have to mulligan this. It makes me very sad. Oh, this hand is like really good though. This hand is very, very good. This is like one of our best. Any hand that has a Mox is like automatically one of our better hands. Light-Paws Emperor's Voice resolves. Look at this cat. C Mox Frog? Death Rate? Sure. Bug Gaming. Got a Fatal Push? That would be unfortunate. If I can get around the Fatal Push this one turn, then I have this Hyena Umbra. Everything will be great. All right. Hyena Umbra. No. Oops, Spell Pierce. Unfortunately, the fact that I have the Hyena Umbra means I can't tutor the Hyena Umbra. That is not great. They're forcing it. Pitching Flusterstorm. All right. Well, I'm forcing it, pitching Force of Negation. And I get Spell Pierce, I guess. No? Hyena Umbra? This is so good. Now we get to get a Curiosity, and we're gonna go get we're gonna get Combat Research, and we're gonna get an Ethereal Armor. Unless we get Dazed, I guess. So should I get the Ethereal Armor first? Or I guess I should get the Combat Research first. Oh my god, I believe we have done the going off. Wait, maybe I'm not supposed to get Ethereal Armor. How much is this? Maybe I should just get a second draw card. I guess it makes the clock in half. That's a pretty good reason. Oh, it's not in half. What is this? Brainstorm. Oh, the good news is that they have Fatal Push. We have the Hyena Umbra one of, so get in there. Negation. They're at 10. I feel like we've been drawing so well with the Bogles deck. No, I can't get in there. All right, get in there. This is a Light-Paws Emperor's Voice. What do you got for me here, Siggy? Abrupt Decay on my Light-Paws? Don't worry. Have Umbra will travel. Take 7. Watch them have like second Abrupt Decay. Like a savage. Seems I've misclicked. I don't know about that. Why is this not our challenge deck? Another Light-Paws. All right, well, they need to have another removal spell, and it needs to resolve. Blue, green, Oko. I don't think Oko matters, right? Because if the creature loses all of its abilities, then it still has all of these auras on it, right? I'm not crazy, right? I'm just making sure before I don't counter this, because I need to counter Fatal Push. Still have Ward 1. All right, well, now my Elk is a flying menace. No, it did lose everything. Wait, it lost everything? Chat, you lied to me. I can't believe chat would lie to me like that. Oh no, I still have 8/8. It's fine. I still have +8/+8 or whatever. I should have countered the Oko though, because now they get a million turns. I think we're gonna die. Not die. I think we're gonna take way more turns than I want to take. Those are very different things, Justin. I still think I'm probably not supposed to counter it because we're gonna eat the food. No, you're not. You're gonna block with the food. Because Fatal Put. I don't know. Maybe I could have just countered it and hoped they had nothing. They can't swap because it has 8 power. I mean, I'm just gonna hold open all my stuff and keep attacking them until they die. So, a Pole Master? No. Chat. I should have just killed the stupid Oko. I also could just like draw. I don't know, something. Sheltered by Ghosts. Can I lose this game theoretically? It's my own fault. I should just counter the stupid Oko. Light-Paws is a legendary creature. Wait, if they have another Bowmaster here, they can trade with my Light-Paws. Be serious. I mean, that would make the game faster, so. So wait, why didn't they attack if their plan is just to chump every turn? They could have tried to tempo out here. I guess with the Lotus, then maybe. They just keep drawing Vox into block. Uh-oh. They have 9 power now. I need another aura. No! I need an aura, man. I can't. No, there's another Oko. Oh, wait. I have Lurrus. Oh, but I can't play Lurrus right away. I guess I have to wait. God damn it. I should just counter the stupid Oko. Am I gonna lose this game? I can't play this Lurrus because they can steal it, right? That would be very bad for me. I don't have another flying aura. I only have one. Do you have a blue or white aura that gives haste? Why does chat keep asking me if I have a haste aura in my blue-white deck? Drawn all my Light-Paws. Oh my god, there's so many food tokens. I threw the game. I think we're gonna lose to an Oko. Oh, but then I lose to Oko, chat. I don't have haste. I can't do that play. How are we, chat? Chat, there's still an Oko. there's still an Oko. Or you want me to put it on the Boggle? We can put it on the Boggle. We have to beat negation. You guys have to say put it on the Boggle. No one said that until Onu said that. So let's see. My opponent has negation Oko in hand. I have the ability to play one force. Is this a good play though? I feel like this play is kind of bad. Like they just negate it and I lose, right? I have force for the negation. They can have second force Or Spell Pierce. I'm not playing that, man. I feel like I'm not ready to make that commitment here. I shouldn't have fetched my basic, obviously, but... I might have been supposed to do that on an earlier turn if I had the mana. Oh, but now if they have a food token, I can't get him for enough damage. So I guess I threw it. I guess I had to do it that turn. Man, this sucks. I am not making correct choices. Oh, right. Sheltered by Ghost is completely nuts. They drew Fatal Push? Alright, well, I guess I negate this. Yeah, we can't win, man. I fucked up. I should have just countered the Oko. It's my own fault. No, they just pitch cast. So they definitely have another counter spell. Why would they? I don't understand. No. Oh, maybe they just didn't have another counter spell. I mean, if they pitch cast, they had another Fatal Push. We lost the game. I can't believe we lost this game. Oh my god, I'm so bad. How did they do that? Wait, we can win. We just need to draw land. Oh no, they have 15 power, never mind. I'm so bad. It's fine. We should have won this game. I threw the game. It's my fault. Also, my opponent had Fatal Push, Abrupt Decay. Come on now. Be serious. Do I need to have negations in my deck? I really don't want to have them. They are good against Oko, though. Whatever. Oh, that game is so sad. Wait, so maybe they had... No, they didn't have Fatal Push, right? Because we probed them. Because I would have been like even more upset if I countered Oko when I didn't need to, and then they had Fatal Push as their last two cards. Like they had Fatal Push off of Deathrite Shaman plus Pay the Ward. I also drew like all Light-Paws and Forces instead of any aura that would let me have attacked through all the Elks. I would have won though if I had done the Slippery Boggle play where I killed my own Light-Paws and then played Lurrus and flashed back the thing. Chat did lie to me. That's true. I did get baited by chat. Oh, let's blame chat. Surely we can just blame chat. Wow, I don't have another aura for my Daybreak Coronet. If I knew it would lose all its abilities, I would have countered. Probably, yeah. This sucks. I can't play this stupid Daybreak Coronet because I don't have another aura. I guess I can go... I can't really go Lotus, Light-Paws, Time Walk either. I had to mulligan this hand. That's so bad. I mean, I was specifically misled by my chat. What do you want from me? I asked a question and chat decided to tell me the lies. The lies. I guess I'm mulliganing. Sucks. Now I'm dead. All right, chat. I think I might be done playing Magic today. This is not fun. This is not fun. All right. Boggle it is. Can't believe I lost to Oko in the year 2025. Keep. Bottom, bottom. Done. They did. You were here. Everyone saw them lie to me. I'm gonna need one of them curiosities off the top, probably. I guess this is a Boggle, too. Maybe I should just play the Invisible Stalker next. Strip mine? Never mind, I guess. I don't know why I bother getting these basic lands, man. What's the point? I'm so sad about that first game. I should have just countered the stupid Oko. Could never have lost. I mean, I could have lost to Fatal Push, but I didn't have it, so. Come on, man. Please give me a curiosity. That's an arc. I guess I don't want a curiosity. I have a basic plains because they strip mined my basic island. Never mind. Nothing's good. Nothing's sacred. I kept basic so that I didn't have to lose to Wasteland, and I still lost to Wasteland. This seems unfair. Great. Great. I have to attack. I can't just not attack. I did not realize they were going to do this, or I would have swords. I guess I wouldn't have swords. Who cares? Yeah, I guess I should have swords. Whatever. I am really tilted, chat. I'm really having a bad time. And I have to go play another match of Bug. And they have an Oko on 3. I can't beat that. Great. My mental game is not recovering here. I just, like, why do I bother with Fetch Basic Island if I'm just going to lose the game anyways? Just, what am I doing, man? All right, welcome back, Vintage Gamers. It's a new day. It's a new dawn. Obviously, yesterday's challenge was kind of a mess. Got to play against a lot of mono white and jewel, and I just didn't really have a good time. And then obviously that compounded into the misplay in round 3 of this league. And so yeah, afterwards I went and touched some grass. Went to a nice bonfire with some buddies, saw some good friends I hadn't seen in a while. So we got a full mental reset, and we're back to boggling here. I think our record should be 2-1. Yeah, 2-1. So yeah, this deck has been really cool. It's been really fun. Hopefully it continues to be so. This hand obviously needs to keep needs to draw land, but if it draws a land, we're doing exactly what we came here to do. So I think my community is pretty good about it, but I think something people don't realize is that I am in fact a human. I got my own I got my own things going on, my own preferences, and can't always be. People don't want me to be completely stoic and unmoved by the ebbs and flows of Magic. So yeah, sometimes there'll be a little crash out. Sometimes it's not all sunshine and rainbows, but obviously we keep that in mind and push forward and try to make the best content we can, right? All right, come on, land. I need you in my life, please. That is acceptable as well. I can't use white mana for that. I've done that a bunch of times now. I've got a slippery Boogle. So boogly. Yeah, anyways. So let's get focused, finish up these last 2 rounds. This will be the off-stream finish of this league. And then, no, you can't phase out my Boggle, man. That thing's hexproof. No chance. And then I'll probably do one more off-stream recording because next week is going to be packed. It is unclear to me when I'll be able to stream. I'm gonna negate that pitching the arcane because this one is at least a curiosity. Obviously, we don't get the extra bonus if we put it on the Boggle, but we can start drawing cards, which will be very important here. We did draw the Light-Paws, though. I think I would rather get the Light-Paws deployed and still have Force up than to risk the 50. So this is something that came up recently in that bug video. I don't know if anyone watched the bug video, but you know, deploying your drawing blue card, but losing the ability to force. Like how much leeway do you give yourself for that? This one I think makes a lot of sense because if we don't have to use it, then we still get obviously multiple auras here. So now I can go combat research on the Light-Paws. I can also get a curiosity. I guess a curious obsession. Let's just go with yes, with curious obsession. And that way I'm drawing 2 cards. Hopefully I'm drawing a blue card for my force, because I could die very easily if I don't draw a blue card for force. And this deck doesn't have a lot of blue cards. It's got a good amount. Uh-oh. I did not draw any blue cards, so the good news is I can at least, I guess I'll put it on this thing. I'll at least put a Shelter by Ghost and take the Manifold Key. That's another thing that I don't know. Making sure I understand how these new cards work is important, of course. So, and we'll get rid of this Manifold Key. It's crazy to me that this card actually hits non-permanents. And then I think I'm going to go get a. So let's see. I could get a Staggering Insight. I could get an All That Glitters, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. I could get a Daybreak Coronet, which is 3. So I guess the question is, can I kill my opponent next turn? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7. I think the answer is no. So I'm just going to get a Staggering Insight. That will at least let me draw another card towards a blue card for force next turn. If I have to win in 2 attacks, then I might as well draw an extra card and try to get force up, right? All right. See, like, we got lucky here, though, because I think it's 100% correct for me to play this combat research, get the two curiosities going, but like I just didn't draw another blue card, and so if my opponent untaps and casts, I don't know, Coveted Jewel, that kind of card, and we die, it's actually something that came up a lot in the last few videos, so something to think about. We do think our opponent is on some kind of artifact-based combo deck. What I'm going to do is bring in Consigns, Mindbreak Traps, and Stony Silence. I'm going to take out the Misdirection. I'm going to take out a basic island. I haven't been doing that. I don't know. I kind of feel like I don't have enough lands in my deck, so I've been kind of hesitant to take out any lands. Don't know if that's actually true or anything, but I'm not. It's really weird having a bunch of Light-Paws that don't die, so you can't really play a second Light-Paws, but you do want to draw your first Light-Paws, so it's kind of an awkward situation there. If my opponent is on Raker, which we don't know if they're on Raker or Jewel, it's kind of tough to tell now because I made that Raker PO deck. It's a blue-based or a workshop combo deck. Then the Boggle gets a lot worse when it has to go through creatures on the ground. But it also costs 1 mana. I don't know. I'm just going to take out a couple creatures because I don't think we need as many creatures against this deck. I think you just want to have a lot of counter magic. That's my idea anyway, so we'll see. This is a great hand. I got to force a Boggle, a Curious Obsession. Though I guess if they do have like a Raker, it's not that good. We also are kind of down on blue cards and auras, so it's not a perfect hand by any means. It's got some issues, but it's probably a keep. I'm never gonna really mulligan a force hand here. Okay. Workshop. Mana Vault. The One Ring. Well, I'll force the One Ring. Probably need to draw a Stony Silence. Oh. Alright, definitely need to draw Stony Silence. So I think it's just Jewel. So I can probably take the Stalkers out and put the Bogles back in as 1-drops. I just didn't know if it was a Rigor or a Jewel, and I think it does change things. Strip Mine. That's not really going to work out here, but it is a play I can make, so. I am going to probably just use my Lotus as a Lotus Petal for Slippery Boggle. Just to get something in play. This way, if I draw auras, I can attack. But, yeah, we're pretty far behind. I think I have to always keep a Force hand just because of this kind of play that my opponent can make, but sometimes they can have Force backup and kill you. This is the kind of the reason we have these Stony Silences backing us up. Wait, they're not going to activate the ring? Okay, there we go. Could always draw a land, you know? There you go. Oh, yeah, they hit a key on and a tomb. So they get to do it. Oh, wait, interesting. I'm surprised they didn't want to draw again. Unfortunately, I don't have a blue card for that. I think it's slipping away from us. It's slipping away from us. Got him. We are so dead. I've never been more dead. I'm so surprised they chose to untap Mana Ball. Maybe they have a jewel play or something they're looking for here. I mean, I got none. I got nothing. But again, like I don't think my hand was a mulligan. It just wasn't good. Wow, no activate. This is crazy. You don't want to draw more cards? Well, at the very least, I have a negation. I don't know what that means for us. Probably not much. They can draw more cards now. Okay, they are going to draw more cards now. I don't really know what the distinction is. What are you trying to play? Oh, maybe they're trying not to overdraw. I'm not sure how much that matters, though. I think we're dead. Too many lands. Maybe I do need to take out. I mean, I didn't draw any basics, right? So it's not like I had lands to take that I would have taken out. Sapphire. Draw more cards. More cards. I'm so jealous. You can draw like 10 cards this turn. That's quite good. Highly recommend drawing 10 cards. Wow, it's an early land drop to be playing. Like, don't you want to hold your land drop here for Tolarian Academy, if you have wondering? It's kind of interesting. And pass? Okay, I don't understand. I have no idea. Maybe they took out all the jewels so they don't want to go crazy. Is that the plan? I don't know. Like, if I hit, like, I guess I don't have a really strong evasion aura. If I, like, hit an evasion aura, like, it could be really good for... Alright, well, I can't attack because obviously they make a construct, but I'm going to see if they, you know, have a trouble resolving a ring or something. I might as well give myself the opportunity to possibly win. Even if it's pretty much unlikely to ever happen. So they're going to go to 2. They won't be able to use the Ancient Tomb. Okay, they're going to go to 1. Oh, they're going to PO. Oh, they're going to Otawara. Otawara hits your own permanents. Oh. All right, cool. That's good enough for me. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the other Vengeful Stalkers. I'm going to bring the Bogles back in because the Bogles are going to be better. And then I'm just going to submit. On the play. Have a cat. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Love it. This is just how we drew it up on the play. We've got the ability to counter our opponent. We've got a Boggle. We've got a Stony Silence. It's a great look. It's exactly what we want to see. This is a no power hand, right? But a good hand. Obviously, my opponent can turn one, do something crazy, and have force backup. That's part of the game, but we've done what we can to prevent. Definitely not fighting over a time vaults. This could be sink into stupor. If it's sink into stupor, I don't think it changes anything. Like, I think I'm still supposed to play my Stony Silence out. Oh, it wasn't sink into stupor, so. I like this. This is a very funny image to me. It's just comical, right? It feels comical. Oh, blue mana source. Oh, just jamming an ancestral. No regard for the negation. Let's put the ghost on. Take away this time vault. It'll make it harder for them to win. Get in there, little Boggle. This does not counter interaction on my Stony Silence, so that's something to keep in mind here. Archive. Armor sounds great. That'll help close this game out. That's 3 turn clock. All right. I have to just avoid like blue land sink on my Stony Silence, and then hopefully Consign will cover that. we're actually having a pretty good time. Like, obviously I threw the matchup against Bug, but it seems like a tougher matchup. They have removal and abrupt decays and stuff. But playing against these like workshop combo decks has been very good for us. I think that's just a true statement. If you put your consigns and negations and Stony Silences in your deck, you're going to be able to beat these decks. That's how Vintage works. It's really cool. I'll see you in the final round. All right, here we go. 5th and final round with this Bogles deck, this Blue-White Auras deck, this Light-Paws deck. I think we've hit some favorable matchups along the way, so that's helped. Let's see how it fares into a Lurrus matchup here. I do feel like mana has sometimes been a problem for us. I'll put this on the bottom. Give myself these cards, and then hopefully we can Meticulous Archive into a creature. It might have to be Invisible Stalker and not Light-Paws, considering we're up against Lurrus. And then we can like Curiosity it, make a draw engine, get that going. Really don't want to take the Slippery Boggle. Obviously, we could Curiosity it, but there's too many creatures. It's going to get stopped on the ground. I think I just got to try to hit the land drop. I did not hit the land drop. All right. Well, if I get Wastelanded, the game ends, but that's kind of the risk we took keeping this hand. Lavinia, maybe? No. I really would like to hit my land drop here. That is acceptable. That is so acceptable. Like, though it could get spell pierced, but nothing I can do about that. I'm gonna if they spell pierce, I'll force. Like, I need to get going here. Oh, ancestral. Sure, you got it. Ancestral resolves. I think I bait with Light-Paws. Yeah, negation, pitching frog, force pitching. I guess there's no reason to keep curiosity, so. I feel like if they had a spell pierce, they would have spell pierced, right? I mean, negation on Lotus does have its benefits, so maybe not. No, force back. Okay. Well, I got my opponent forced twice. Unfortunately, there's not behind on cards because they resolved Ancestral Recall. The good news is we still have our core engines. And we are a land drop away from casting it. The bad news is my opponent resolved Ancestral, so we can get Wastelanded now. Yeah. Alright, the game is over. My deck has 3 basics in it, by the way. And I still got... I mean, I chose to get the Meticulous Archive, to be fair. Let's be real here. This would have been totally fine, because they haven't, like, played any creatures. I don't know. You just can't always have fetch lands, right? And you can't always be able to fetch basics. Like, I need to have blue and white mana. I can probably get away with only blue mana here. But I also needed to hit a land to play my only creature at the time. It's tough. It's a hard idea. Like, it's really tough for me to, like, play a Boggle there. And if my opponent, like, goes black land, Orcish Bowmaster, I'm immediately lost my entire engine, right? It's tough. I don't, like... I think it's probably impossible to build a reasonable deck that doesn't lose to Wasteland some amount of the time. You are just simply, like... The nature of the game is you're going to play dual lands. You can play mono blue auras. It's a thing that I've done and Maharu's done in the past with Slitherblade and Slippery Boggle and that kind of thing. You can play all islands, play a bunch of misdirections and counters and stuff. So I guess you could do that. Then you would not die to Wasteland. But then your deck gets, you know, you traded not dying to Wasteland to making your deck way less powerful, right? It's always a give and take, and you're going to have to end somewhere in between. For me, that's ending with a loss. I am the most dead. There's my fetch land. I will see what I can do, chat. I won't concede yet, but I'm almost there. Let's get the Boggle in play. Sadly, like, they're gonna make 2 constructs, and so I'm just getting my Boggle forced. Okay, sure. Force pitching spell pierce. That's, you just saw Slippery Boggle get Force of Will, chat. What life are we in here? what format is this? When is the last time you've seen Force of Will on Slippery Boggle? That is, I don't know, it's kind of poetic. Is it? 1/1 construct token. Will soon be a 3/3 construct token, though. All right, all right. We have one more. We got more games. We can try. Vexing Bobble, Wasteland. All right. This thing has lifelink and kills construct. I don't know. Like, if they were, like, run out of counter spells, if we can draw a fetch land here for a white plains. No. Okay, now I think we're dead because we are going to take 6. Yeah. I think that means we're dead. Bowmaster. Okay. That could have gone our way. Could have gone better. I don't know. I'm just gonna bring in Swords to Plowshares to hit their frogs and stuff. I'm gonna keep in Misdirection, but I'm gonna board out Negations. I don't really like Negation in this matchup. And then we'll hit some... All right. Yeah. All right. We know what's going on here. We're going to try to fetch our basics when we can. Obviously, we wanted to fetch our basic in that game, but we didn't really have a good opportunity to because of the hand we kept. We still had the fetch and the archive to try to get our second land, but we missed. It happens. Happens a lot, actually. I don't know. I'm not sure if I need to redo my framework on that, but... I don't have to go archive there. I could just wait and just hold open my fetch and just try to draw a land naturally. It just feels like it didn't make a lot of sense. This hand is missing a dude, but it's gonna be a keep. We have 12 dudes and a Lurrus. And we have double basic. And we have swords for frog, so... Wow, that is just a main phase sewer life. Okay. Another fetch. Maybe I should not supposed to play the second fetch because I might want to be getting a second white to buy. No, I'm probably getting all of my basics. Let's be real here. Ooh, okay. I wish the Shelter by Ghost hit the Saga, but the Saga is a land. It's a demonic. Oh, this is a Knight of Infamy. Pro white. Okay, I cannot remove that card. I do have blue blockers, though. Wasteland. All right, I will take a turn off here and Wasteland this Saga. I don't think I'm supposed to force the Knight of Infamy. I think I'm supposed to race the Knight of Infamy. That it does require me drawing a creature, right? But I think that is fine. I would rather have my force to protect my creature resolving. I'm going to get snow-covered plains. And then I'm going to swords this frog. And if they force this, I will probably force back. I'm just hoping to draw a creature here, please. Until misstep. All right, so I'm just going to fetch my other basic and buy cat. That will at least be a creature. I will have to find another white source, obviously, but I think it's better to fetch all the basics than to fetch a white source here and get wastelanded. Another frog. I think that's acceptable because I do have a Shelter by Ghosts for it. So I am still not there to cast it yet. And I am dying to this Knight of Infamy. I guess I wasn't expecting to be pressured as hard as I was by this Knight of Infamy. Not that I didn't. I just, in this game, I'm like, I'll have plenty of time to find my creature, but this is actually clocking me quite quickly. Wasteland. That is the worst card to draw because it doesn't actually cast my Lurrus or is a creature. So I guess I die. Well, I mean, I definitely could have made different choices in this game. I could have forced this Knight of Infamy, but I'm still not convinced that was correct. Like, obviously it didn't work out, but I have 12 creatures in my deck and a Lurrus I can buy, but I did take a turn off to Wasteland early in the game. The fact that I had to take a turn off to Wasteland and still had a clock on was very unfortunate. Wow, this is really aggressive. They bought the Lurrus before drawing a card with the frog. All right, the clock hasn't changed. They did draw an extra card. I don't think this game is lost yet. Again, if I draw a white source, I can at least resolve a Lurrus. If I can draw a creature, it'd be even better. I drew another Wasteland. Drawn so many Wastelands. 3 Wastelands. Normally that's pretty good, but when they already have deployed a creature, the Wasteland doesn't do anything. If I had gotten a Tundra, I would have got it Wastelanded, so... I don't know, it doesn't feel like I have the right set of cards to win this game. I'm running out of options here. We're again playing cards pre-frog draw. Hey, look, this is the downside of fetching basics is you can't cast your spells. I try to play around Wasteland and I die. I try not to play around Wasteland and I die. Well, Justin dying to Wasteland, huh? It's okay. I am very dead here. I ran out of time. Snap probe. Yep. Oh, you get to see my beautiful hand before I die. Knight of Infamy. I don't hate this, by the way. I think this is, if you're trying to get free percentage points against mono white, by all means. Though I do think that Esper Lurrus is already so favored against mono white that I probably wouldn't go that route. But I don't hate it, especially when you're up to like 30% mono white in the field or whatever. I drew the Light-Paws. All right, well, I will play Light-Paws. I don't have another white source, so I can't play any of these. Also, if I have Force, then I don't have a follow-up. I'm very dead. I can see. All right, so this was a 3-2. We beat up on some combo decks, and then we lost to Bug, and we lost to Lurrus Control, and that might just be how it works. I will say that our Lurrus Control matchup shouldn't be as bad if we have like early Invisible Stalker, right? Invisible Stalker is quite a good one where it can't be removed and it can't be blocked, and you can just go off on that. Like I think the Light-Paws card is like way better at making the game end and finishing off these combo decks, whereas the Invisible Stalker will be very important against things like the Bug deck and the Lurrus Frog deck to make sure you're just not getting removed. So not a bad showing, honestly, a 3-2. Maybe it could have been a 4-1 if I had played better in our other match. But I think this has reasonable game in the format. I would assume that this deck is actually pretty good against mono white. You probably might need to have like more swords in the main because Shelter by Ghost is a little hard to cast. But like theoretically, I'm looking at this deck and I'm like, this deck is probably decent against mono white. So if this deck is decent against mono white and it's decent against Jewel, it's probably not amazing against Dredge, but you can obviously make more tools to beat Dredge. And then you're going to be okay always, I think, against the combo decks, right? Because you have all of these counter spells. You should be fine against combo. The problem is, are you ever going to beat fair decks with your deck is basically a fair deck, but with a weird synergy engine that is probably not as good as playing, like a frog, like an invisible stalker is like a frog with, or sorry, an invisible stalker with a curiosity is basically a frog that's already, in play. So you do lose out a little bit in that sense. So I think this deck performed about at expectations and is totally playable. So if you want to try a slippery boggle in vintage, by all means, give it a shot. And I'll see you for more vintage content every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. See you then.